Hey, hello everyone. Hi America, how's it going today? Today is March the 17th, and I am still an American tier. Um, March 17th, 2023. And this is a no joke matter right now, this issue that I've been hearing um, about the central bank digital currency. They have some initials for it, and I I am just as an individual as American. I'm already kind of it's getting in my head. I'm like, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't look right. I feel like I'm being stripped of more and more of my freedom to live my life in a free way and get through the community day to day living. I don't, to know that I'm going to be tracked and that everything I do has to, financially at least, has to have a digital connection to it means it's being tracked. And I just don't feel comfortable with that. I mean, I know some people might, and they're just going to adjust to it and be okay with it. But I have a feeling most people are going to side with me, like the American Tears, and say that is not going to work. We Americans have our freedom, we have our style, we have our life, and we have to live it every day in our own way. And if you start to limit us as to what we can and cannot do because you have this control over our digital money, uh, then that's just kind of game over for Americans, the way I see it. Unless we join together, like soon, like in the next week or two, and become a voice of millions of Americans that we can stand up against this. If we don't, it's just going to happen. There's nobody going to stand up, for America or Americans like me. I can stand up and say this is not right uh, all day long, but it doesn't have the impact it could have if there were millions of us together, joined together and united to say, no way, not going to happen. And so there are Americans out there right now who are sidestepping and looking for ways to get around it, but I don't think there is. And I'm not even sure that buying gold and silver or precious metals is really going to be a solution either, because that has to be broken down. If we're going into a digital system, I mean, if a dollar bill's not going to do me any good, what good is you know, a gold coin going to do? I still have to convert it to use it, and unless I find someone else who's going to take it. And eventually, people are just not going to want to deal with it. They're just going to, conform, with the digital dollar currency movement. Um, so whether you feel like the way I do right now or not, uh, I can't really, I don't know where you stand. But if you stand in a way of having our freedom and being an American and having our freedom to do what we need to do in our daily lives in a free way, then you should be standing up with American Tears. And if you don't think that should be happening, like we should all be, monitored um, through for everything we do on a daily basis, then that's your right, your privilege, I guess. You probably don't see the harm in that, um, and and eventually you will. Eventually, you will see the harm in that. Eventually, it'll have a direct impact on your life, or an indirect impact on your life, or in your life at the time, I guess. Um, and that's where you're gonna stop and say, like, "Wow, wait a minute, what's going on here? We can't do this way. Not really workable. It's just being placed on us. Like I've been saying that for years. Everything just gets thrown at us, and we just accept it, and everyone just accepts it. Whenever I stand up and say that's unacceptable, and we need a different opinion and a different common ground, common sense way of thinking, everyone's just like, oh, no, 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 we can't do that. But we can accept losing our freedom. Losing your freedom. Are you with me on this? Are you even understanding what I'm trying to say here? And if you do understand what I'm trying to say and you're trying to ignore it, then that's just, I don't know what that is. That's just you being, like somehow sussing yourself with me and saying, oh, no, no, I can't believe in what you're talking about because I have to stand on some other platform, and rather than working on a real solution, that's just crazy thinking, crazy action. We need to really, really think hard, and we really, really, really need to join together. I keep saying that. We need to unite. If we're going to create change in America, in the way I see it, like huge, real change, we need to join forces like yesterday, like today. And, if we don't have a voice of any kind to stand up or stand for or do anything, then it's just going to be us being separated, divided more and more and more to where we're not even going to talk to each other anymore. And we're just going to accept whatever the politicians, the White House, or corporations, or the federal government, or whoever, it just tells us what to do. And we don't have to do that. That's what I keep saying. We do not have to do that. We can stand up and say no. No, thank you. We don't need that in our lives. We don't need that in our daily lives to get through our daily missions in our community. It's a simple, us Americans have a real simple lifestyle. It's not that complicated. But when you start taking away things from a simple lifestyle, it makes a big difference. It's going to really affect you. And you're going to be upset about it. And you're going to blame everything around you, besides yourself, because you did not want to be a part of change. You was just too fearful, or you're too egomatic. Your ego and your pride are just too big, and you're like, oh no, I don't have to do stuff like that. And I'm saying, oh yes, you do. You need to man up, join up, become part of the solution, not try to echo and extend the problem with excuses and justifications, manifestations of our own lies. It's gets us nowhere. I don't know how to express myself any more stronger than what I'm saying right now, except that we need to unite. We need to unite in a big way to change the system. It's not going to change by itself, and it's not here to really help the people. It's the way I see it, it's just becoming more and more harmful and hurtful. And these are other Americans that are hurting other Americans. I mean, it's not like a foreign entity, unless you want to call politicians a foreign, like, world, they live in, which is, I wouldn't blame you for saying that. Because they do live in their own little bubble of a world. They don't really want to break it down, think it through, wonder what it would be like to really change people's lives like that. And just because they think it's going to be easier to track the digital dollar for everyone. I mean, everyone. You're included too. And I don't think you're going to be very happy with that when it really comes down to it. And, so join now before it's too late. Be a part of it. Start creating change. Let's start becoming proactive. Let's start coming up with better solutions rather than what they're saying. And I know we can. I know we're smart people. And I know we can do this. I know it's very possible if we join together as Americans. If we unite and grow strong. That's the only way. It's not going to be done because you're some lone ranger out there being like, yeehaw, look at me. I can talk about the problem all day long. Well, I don't know what to say. I feel like I'm just going to rave and go on and on and on about this. So I'll just let it go for the moment. I just had to get this off my chest as an American tutor trying to help Americans. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for trying to participate in a real changing with real solutions America, a new America, a new day, a new way, and there's ways of doing it. It's very possible, but it's going to be impossible if we don't join together. Ugh. Ugh. What's the big issue? Why are you holding back? Why are you stopping yourself and saying, oh, no, I can't be a part of a changing, working solution, new America, but I can be a part of this old stuff that's dragging everybody down. I don't understand it myself. I'm on a mission. I have a message, and I don't understand the lack of why people can't absorb the message. I mean, it's a very straightforward, clean message. It's not complicated. So, just get over whatever it is you need to get over and become a part of a solution. We could use your knowledge. We could use your wisdom. We could use your skills. There's so many ways you can help that you just don't even know it yet. And I want to bring that. I want to have you shine. Golly. Okay, now I gotta stop now. Have an excellent day, everyone. Think about what I just talked about and make some real decisions, okay? Take care, peace, love. We'll talk later. Bye.